What's up guys? Today I'm going to be doing a long jump tutorial. I know a lot of you guys have asked for this, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. If you're wondering why we're on CSS, it's because in CSS they've got long jump stat servers. So in here you can be able to see what your pre-strafe is, how many strafes you're doing, the sync of those strafes, which is pretty important, and distance, stuff like that. So it's a lot more easy to see how you're doing, easy to see how you can improve. So we're going to go ahead and get into one right now. The one I go on, pretty sure this might be the only one on CSS, is Bhop.It. IP's right there. I'll put it in the description as well in case you need it. So we're just going to get onto this. There's no specific binds you need for long jump, as there will be for CSS. Taking off, I've heard some people use space on the edge of the block, some people scroll on the edge of the block. It really doesn't matter. I mean, you can do either. Alright, the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to quickly open up chat. We're going to type in !long jump, or LJ. It doesn't really matter, I'm pretty sure both work. So what this is going to do is it's going to bring up a little bar on the bottom of your screen which says pre-strafe in. And when you jump or something like that, it's going to show you your distance, pre-strafe, max speed, stuff like that. Max speed isn't really that important, but you'll get it if you're going very far into long jump. So you might notice that running speed is 250 units, or 244.99, but it really doesn't matter. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to push this speed up to as high as you possibly can. So good long jumpers always aim for about 275 plus units, but 270 plus will do you for now, just beginning long jump. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show keys. Show my keys? No keys. Right. This is going to show what keys I'm pressing so you can see what I'm doing. Now, if you're really new to long jump or even Bhop, you're probably wondering how the hell I'm going to get over 250 units when the fastest you can run is 250 units and there's no sprint button, etc. We're going to be using a combination of keys. So we're going to be using W and D at the same time if you're pre-strafing from the right, and W and A at the same time if you're pre-strafing from the left. I prefer to go from the right, but as a piece of advice to you, learn both while you're still learning, because if you learn one way, then you'll be completely useless at the other way, and you're going to have to go back and relearn the entire thing. So we're going to press W and D while running at the platform. Then we're going to do a nice smooth arc into the platform with W and D. When you get to the edge of the platform, you're going to be taking off with only D. So WD, as soon as you hit the edge and you're about to jump, D and jump at the same time, curve to the right, curve to the left, curve to the right, land. Okay, and let me see if I can show you a example. Oh, I'm not going to say it's the best, but here we go. There we go. So you saw I got 3 strafes in. It got me a 262 distance, just because my pre-strafe, if we look at that, there we go, pre-strafe was about 275. I got 260 distance. So strafes really aren't that important when you're starting off. So just stick in a couple, 2 or 3, maybe 4 if you feel more comfortable with that. Take off of the block, D curve right, A curve left, D curve right, land on the block. The actual method you're supposed to do for this is you're supposed to take off, jump, land on the block, and just before you're over it, crouch to land on it. But how I do it is I take off with crouch at the same time, you may have noticed. It doesn't really matter which way you do this, but in Gmod it's probably going to help more if you crouch, jump off of the block, I think. So there's that. A common thing I see new long jumpers doing is just before they're about to get to the edge of the block, they're going to turn really sharply. I don't know why they do this, but what it does is it just completely kills your pre-strafe. So they'll be going in a smooth arc, smooth arc, smooth arc. Then just before here, they're going to curve like really sharp, just so they're facing the block. It doesn't matter where you take off. If you're looking this way, you can still curve in. If you're looking forward, you can still curve around. So basically what I'm trying to say is don't snap at the edge of your pre-strafe. If you do, it's going to do something like this, and it's basically going to kill your pre completely. So you want to smooth arc, smooth arc, smooth arc, then as soon as you get to the edge, D, and take off. You don't want to, oh, also another thing is, if you hold W and D for too long, it's going to kill your pre. And if you hold it for not long enough, it's going to kill your pre. So it's really important to get it right up to the edge of the block before you hold D to cut round. Okay, so when you're starting off, you're probably going to be wanting to put in as many strafes as you possibly can because you think that's going to make you go further. This is a common misconception. What you want is good sync. So if you're getting bad sync because you're putting in 6 strafes or something, try doing 1 less. And if it's still bad, 1 less, 1 less. Just make sure you're putting in enough that you're actually good enough to do, and if you're getting bad sync, do 1 less. Obviously, if you're doing 2 strafes, you can't exactly go any less, so just try and make your strafes really nice and smooth. Now, if you are starting out and you are just a newbie, don't be discouraged if you can't do easy blocks, because the people that are going to be here already are going to be long jumping a lot longer than you, and they're going to be a lot more experienced. So just start off at the 240, keep trying it, keep trying to make your strafes smoother, and remember, you can make it with as little as 2 strafes, so don't put too many in. You just want to get your pre as smooth as possible and take off at the right place. 240 is actually really good. If you can get a 240, you're better than a lot of people, trust me. There's stupid amounts of people that I've seen can't do a KZ map just because they can't do a 240 on something as easy as that. So just stick with it, keep learning, and eventually you will be able to long jump very far. Just keep adding in more strafes you feel comfortable with. Make sure you get good sync with them. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching my tutorial on long jump. I hope it helped you. I was gonna make this into a like ladder strafe and weird jump, something like that one, but then I realized in CSS the ladders are completely different, and there's no like servers that like just do ladder strafes on Gmod, so that's pretty much pointless. So yeah, see you guys later.